We have light heavyweight champion of the world of the World Boxing Association, Victor Galindez, making the weight, the limit of 175, tipping it at 174 3/4. He's going against southpaw Marvin Johnson, former WBC champion. Won it against Matt Franklin, lost it in the very next fight to the same man. Matt Franklin here watching. In fact, he's about the second row using binoculars to see what these two do. It's scheduled to go 15 rounds. Speculation here that it will not. You saw cut damages in Las Vegas. Both these fighters cut, especially Galindez. In fact, there was a little bit of an argument earlier by Johnson's corners. We looked the southpaw come out, and the referee is from Caracas, Venezuela, Jesus Chelas. The Johnson corner knew that Galindez on the far side was using a new skin, a plastic substance, to protect the scar tissue above both eyes. Of course, that's illegal, and they had it removed. And they checked very closely at the start of round one here to make sure that it hadn't been put back on. They have never met before. Galindez on the right, 174 3/4, fighting under WBA rules. The 3 knockdown rule is in effect, unlike the WBC. Mandatory 8 count. These are 8-ounce gloves, and as he normally does, that's Marvin Johnson of Indianapolis, former champion, starting early. Good little uppercut, slip between the 2 gloves of Johnson. The reason for the 2 white trunks. Johnson doesn't like any other color, superstitious if he wears it, and in Argentina the custom is that the champion wears white trunks. So here we have the situation. With a massive upper body, Galindez against the ropes. Coming back out. He's more of a looping puncher. Hooks with the left hand, uppercuts a great deal. Whereas Johnson, who has him pinned against the ropes, likes to hook with the right, jab with it, and has a beautiful straight left hand. Earlier when we were here at the Louisiana Superdome, we indicated that a lightweight, Scotty Foreman from New Orleans, had been down on the canvas after being KO'd by Helmer Kenty, who remains undefeated from Detroit. We're happy to report that Scotty Foreman recovered and is fine. No damage. This is the first round if you just joined us, and another part of the tale of the 2 cities here on ABC. 1 minute to go in the first round. Salas of Caracas, Venezuela, the referee. 1 judge is from Los Angeles, Rudy Jordan. And Harmadeo Sedena from Panama is the other judge. All 3 figure into the scoring in the 10-point must system. Galindez is 31 years old. This is his 14th title defense. He lost it once, as you remember, right here in this very ring on the Ali Spinks card against Mike Russman, then gained it back. Marvin Johnson on the right now, the southpaw, is 25 years old. He looks much older because of the receding hairline. Those punches were blocked. The bell in about 5 seconds here in New Orleans. Then occasionally coming out of the cocoon and trying to land on southpaw Johnson of Indianapolis. Johnson at 173.5, Galindez at 174 3/4. Galindez actually is hard to hit. Moves that head, slips punches, bobs, ducks inside. He has scored 33 knockouts in a total of 67 fights. Marvin Johnson, the left-hander, 23 wins, 17 by knockout. Schedule 15, Johnson has gone 10 rounds 6 times. The champion, Galindez, with his back to us, has gone 15 rounds 9 times, should the fight go beyond the 8th or 9th round. Neither fighter marked. Oh, good little uppercut on the jaw of Johnson on the right. Partially blocked that straight right hand. Galindez against the ropes, sharp eye. looks a lot meaner than he is. There was a good hook to the body, blocked as Johnson's torso is back to us. Another one. Good left to the chin of Johnson. Galindez with a right uppercut. Unorthodox thrower of punches. Galindez on the right with a minute to go in the second round. There's a good inside left uppercut, another one. Those are the kind that cut up an opponent. So it's a round of uppercuts here at the Superdome. That's slugging. Now mixing it up. 30 seconds remaining in round 2. To the body and 2 to the head by Galindez. Another one to the jaw. Another. 20 seconds and they'll get a rest. A little bit of holding and hitting by Johnson now. So in 5 seconds, you'll hear the bell. All right, while they rest, let's go to Las Vegas and Howard Cosell.
Okay, Galindez against Johnson. We'll be back with Sugar Ray Leonard Benitez later.
All right, we're ready now for the third round. The Venezuelan referee, Jesus Chelis, looking to the corner of Galindez and why they're late. Oh, the second was late in getting out, but now they're ready. First round we called even on the 10-point must system. That one you, I think, would have to give to Galindez. Landed the more solid punches and more of them. He is a banger. Galindez with a reach of 73 inches. The challenger, Johnson, pinning him against the ropes, 72 inches. In close, short-range slugging. Good left hand by Johnson. Shouting instructions as the former middleweight champion of the world, a man that was undefeated for 13 years. He's been advising Galindez, speaking of Carlos Monzon. Now, it looks as though the right eye of Galindez may be starting to puff a little, an area beneath the eye. Galindez, off his record, seems to go a great number of rounds a lot better than Marvin Johnson. Johnson trained for 4 weeks at Fort Bragg, North Carolina, with his staff sergeant brother Henry. Galindez, with his back to us, has been here in New Orleans for about 4 weeks, worked as hard as he ever has for a title defense. 1 minute remaining in the third round. At this moment, neither fighter cut. Or you saw Galindez nearly losing his mouthpiece. Galindez in the past has been known to use any tactic you can think of in the ring, some legal, some illegal. But there is a puffed area under Galindez's right eye. He's now with his back to us. That's Johnson on the left. The end of round 3 in 10 seconds. We'll be back.